Yeah, what's good? All right, we about to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So this is what I want to talk about, right? Why is it that people like to keep ties with their ex? I know people that don't have children with that person, and I know people that do have children with that person. And again, I made a video about setting boundaries, right? So same thing applies here to me. But I noticed there's a lot of people who they hang out with that person or persons and they're like, oh, it's nothing wrong with that. You know, we're still cool. We get along and everything. One of the crazy things about it, it's a lot to me that I just don't like about that I wouldn't do it myself. But there's a lot about that raise questions about people. For one, a person will always tell you how their ex is a scumbag when they're together, right? He or she's a scumbag, they're no good. They don't do this, they don't do that. And basically just nothing's right in a relationship. But then they break up, they move on to someone else. So now that same person that wouldn't make time for you and all like everything that you say that person wasn't, and every complaint that you had about that person, now all of a sudden you're making time for them and you're lying to the one that you're with to make time for them. And basically, I don't understand that connection. Now, to me, it seems like you still feel something for that person. There's some kind of unfinished business there. There's something that's keeping you there, because now everything that you say that person was doing to you, well, now look at what you're doing to the person that you're with. I've even known situations where a person had been invited to a family barbecue. And the person that invited you, or family invited you, however, your current, his or her ex is there. You're introduced to this person as a friend of the family. Now you find out later that person was engaged to your current, or bottom line, they were way more than just friends. Now here's someone that share a lot of the same things that you share right now. And this person is invited. And a lot of times I know people have mixed emotions, because some people say things like, well, I broke up with my ex and I'm still cool with his family or whatever. But to me, it's just problems waiting to happen. And I don't see, I never really understood what that connection was. Because now it's like, you're going to argue with your current when they say, why is that person looking at you like that? Or it seems like that person has an interest in you. Now you're going to defend them. No, we're just friends. It's nothing like that, or whatever. When the fact comes out that you guys had a relationship, the fact that you hid that, it's going to be a problem. That person is going to say, well, I said from day one, it seemed like it was more than friendship. You're telling me, no, it's not that. Now I come to find out you guys had a relationship. So now look at the situation. Now, even if you and your ex get back together or whatever happens, the point is, how do you go forward by going backwards? Because it didn't work when it was supposed to work, right? Now you're going to sacrifice what you have to bring back an old fling. And to me, when people justify that, I can't speak for everybody, but I know situations where people try to make excuses for that because there's something still going on. And I've seen both sides of the coin. So it's just one of those things I never understood. Because if nothing's happening, for one, just the simple fact, imagine your current coming to you saying, oh, my ex is in town. We're going to go hang out. I know you see it in sitcoms and comedies and all that, and it's supposed to be funny and whatever. They try to make a show with to make it funny, but real life, nah. Imagine the same thing. I know of a situation where people supposed to spend holidays, like a holiday happens or something, right? and the person tells you, well, I have to work, but they end up spending that holiday with the ex and telling you like, oh, you're overreacting. It's not nothing serious. You know, we're still friends. We're great friends. And, you know, so it's always like whoever your current is supposed to basically just sit back and say, oh, okay, well, I don't want to upset you, so I'm not going to say anything. But at the same time, think about it. Why are you guys still hanging out together? Even like when you have kids. I know situations where it's like, okay, have him or her ready, go pick them up, go. Kid gets big enough, he can call and talk to you on his own, his or her own. I mean, if there's any communication in reference to the child is one thing, but like I said, at a certain point, things just change. And I know a lot of people will say, oh no, well, it's different because I'm friends with it. You know, I'm just not for that. But at the same time, it's like, every time I see a situation happen when a person break up with their current, right? The same person that was the problem, whether it was an ex or somebody else that just basically was given too much attention, like something was, you always end up with that person or messing around with that person. So can you say that your current is wrong? They're your ex now, but like, can you say that they were wrong? I just think like people want that freedom to just, okay, I'm in a relationship, but I still want to do what I want to do. And they make excuses. I can't see how you can make a relationship strong by first off lying to each other, then two, bringing someone from your past back into the picture, but keeping them at that distance. But then once they're discovered, it's like, well, no, we're just friends. I mean, even if you guys are opposite sex, you're friends and nothing ever happened, it kind of looks fishy. Like, well, why is the friendship such a secret? How are you guys spending so much time and hanging together and I don't even know about this? But when it's a situation where you guys used to actually have a relationship, that's more than fishy to me, because first off, why would I bring someone from my past to meet my current and say, oh, this is my ex? I don't even use that term, my ex. First off, like, I've ran into people like me and my current is together. I walked right past, never acknowledged them, didn't say anything. That's just me. That's just me. I mean, but at the end of the day, I'm saying, like, I don't see why a person would jeopardize what they have. It's like, what's the point? What is the point? Especially when, especially when you ended on a sour note. But now, all of a sudden, you're bringing this person back in. Because to me, that seems like, to me, what that means is, when that person was telling you, this person did this to me and that to me, they were never really over that person. That's the kind of conversation you shouldn't have but one time. And usually that's like in the beginning. And that person is, you're getting to know each other and you're kind of swapping stories somewhat, like, just to let each other know where you stand with certain situations and things that you acknowledge. And, I've been through some things and, but hey, I don't want that with us. I want us to be legit and, I want us to be together till one of us is dropped in that pine box or whatever, right? But at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of people who are very naive and just dishonest with what their motives are, because to each his own. If you're in a relationship and your other half don't mind and you don't mind, hey, more power to you. But I hear people complain often about things that are happening right in front of them. And the thing is, the pieces were always there to that puzzle. You just didn't put them together. Because there's no way that you can be in a relationship but spend so much quality time with other people. And especially, how do you do it and your other half don't know? Well, again, when things happen, you find out that there was a fling going on. When does it happen? When you're not around. So even though a person says, oh, it's nothing wrong with being friends with your ex, and that's just a weird picture. I used to work at a place and we used to carpool, and this one guy was on a van. His current baby mother and girl and wife, his ex, his other ex and baby mother, and his other ex were all on the same van. And that guy used to sit there like he was a big shot, my ex is back there. it was just one of those things where I felt uncomfortable for his wife. Like, wow, that had to be just, you know, and the fact that he even put her through that. It was really a weird situation. And those situations are always weird to me. And I don't trust those situations. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say on this video. Catch y'all on the next one.